What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Quinn Wade, Quinny W20 here, coming to you with a fun video. I know I missed y'all yesterday. I've been working on how to make these new videos better, but in the meantime, I updated the top 5 rookies. I wanted to update the top 5 MVP candidates for January. This month is almost over, so shit, this is gonna carry into February. Some of these players have been doing great. Some of these players have been declining in the last couple games, but their team has still been winning. Like Marc Gasol, for example, his numbers been going down, but his team's still winning, and they're number 2 seed in the Western Conference. So this is just my personal opinion. Like I said, I don't know, I don't have all the right answers, but this is just who I feel is the top five, the top couple MVP candidates. So my number one pick for the number one MVP candidate is still the same, James Harden. And the funniest part about James Harden is that Dwight Howard got injured again. If James Harden can carry this team to stay in the top five in the West, and Dwight Howard doesn't even play for like 2 to 3 weeks, and the team still stays a top five team in the West, that's going to prove to everybody that James Harden really truly is the MVP. He just hit a game winner. He just had 30. He just had 40. He just had 37. He just been destroying the NBA this season. He's just been killing it. He's been slicing up defense. In the last 10 games, James Harden averaging 30 points, 2 steals, 7 assists, and 4.6 rebounds on 53% shooting from the field. He just killing it. And that's on top of that, he hit a game winner. James Harden is obviously has to be the MVP this year. I just had to, that's just my opinion. Like, he just been carrying this team. Dwight Howard only averaging 16 points a game. He carrying Dwight Howard this year. James Harden the only reason why this team winning. If they don't have James Harden, this team will be a first. This team won't even be a playoff team. Then you can say that, but like if Golden State had a different, they had Sean Livingston started, they still will be a playoff team. But if James Harden leaves the Houston Rockets, Dwight Howard cannot carry this team the way it's built. They need James Harden. James Harden just been putting up crazy. He averaging 30 in this month, and on 50% shooting in January. James Harden just been lighting it up. 49% shooting in January on 27 points. He's the best player in the league right now, besides Anthony Davis and LeBron James and Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry. Speaking of Stephen Curry, James Harden, let's say for the season, he averaging 27 points, 6.8 assists, 5.6 rebounds, 2 steals, and 38% from shooting from the three, and around 45% shooting from the field goal. So that's pretty good. Steph Curry is my number 2 pick. This is real close between Steph Curry and James Harden. I believe the only reason why Steph Curry is getting as much credit as being the MVP candidate is because the Golden State Warriors are number 1 team in the NBA. If Steph Curry, if they were like the number 4 seed like James Harden, I don't think we'd be talking about Steph Curry as an MVP, top 3 MVP candidate. His numbers are similar to what he put up last year, and that's one of the reasons why I'm saying that. If Steph Curry wasn't the number 1 team in the West, I wouldn't be saying we probably wouldn't be talking about him being a top 3 MVP candidate. But since Golden State is the best team in the NBA right now, and Steph Curry is a big reason of that, we saying Steph Curry is an MVP candidate. But his numbers are real similar to last year, and he wasn't even a top 5 MVP candidate. Ever since Golden State got the number 1 record, all of a sudden everybody talking about Steph Curry is an MVP candidate. He's the number 1 MVP candidate. But his numbers, if you really look at them, they're really the same thing he did last year. And he wasn't even the MVP candidate last year. This year is a different story. His defense has gotten better. He's getting in the passing lanes. He's playing pick and roll good. He's holding these point guards to a low percentage. So one of the biggest reasons why he's an MVP candidate is because his defense has improved. He's averaging 22 points, 2 steals, 8 assists, 4 rebounds, 49% from the field, and 39% from the three-point line. That's efficient as it gets. And his defense has picked up, his efficiency has picked up, and his scoring has stayed the same and consistently. My number 3 pick is a sleeper that people sleeping on. It's still my number 3 pick in my last video was LeBron James. This time, LeBron James is still my number 3 pick. LeBron James is low-key having an amazing season. And a lot of people don't even realize that because we've been caught up with Steph Curry, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook. We caught up in all these other players that we forget that LeBron James is playing better than Westbrook. LeBron James is playing better than Kevin Durant. LeBron James is actually playing better than Steph Curry to me. But his team just 25-20, I believe. They a fifth team in the East, and that's why we forgetting about LeBron James. If LeBron James had a number one seed in the East right now, he probably would be MVP. If he was in Atlanta spot or he was in Washington spot, we were like, you know what, LeBron James is an MVP candidate. He's the number one MVP. But since his team the fifth best team in the East, we saying LeBron James is like a top 6, top 5 MVP candidate. When really he putting up better numbers than pretty much everybody in the league. And his team went 1-8 without him. That shows that they desperately need LeBron James on the team. Just like the same thing if James Harden would get injured, nobody, the fucking Houston Rockets would obliterate. That'd be destroyed. LeBron James has been tearing it up the last 10 games. He averaging 30 points per game, 2 steals, 6 assists, 7 rebounds on 51% shooting from the field. That's ridiculous. Like I said, only person that's putting up the similar numbers is James Harden. And James Harden has a better record than LeBron James. So with that being said, I got to put James Harden a little higher. And they both, like James Harden, the only person that's putting up them LeBron type numbers besides LeBron. So, and LeBron for the season, he putting up 26.5 rebounds, 7 assists, 49% from the field, 1 steal, and 72% from the free throw line. Still a hole in his game. He still can't shoot free throws for shit. Number 4, this is going to surprise a lot of people. I got Damian Lillard. I don't like Damian Lillard that much, but he's just been stepping it up. Portland is tied for the number 2 seed in the West. His defense has picked up. His offense is there. He's knocking down threes at a lower percent, but he still knocks them down in the clutch. He steps up in the fourth quarter. His points per game went up to 22 points a game. His assists stayed the same. His steals went up. And his field goal percentage took a dip, but now it's coming back up. Damian Lillard was in a struggle at the beginning of the season. Now he's found his pace. And they got a top 3 team in the West. Something that I never thought Portland would do this quickly. And it's mostly because LaMarcus Aldridge and Damian Lillard. My number 5 pick is Marc Gasol, the number 2 team in the West. Like I said, his numbers have been declining from month to month. He's been less efficient, less effective. He averaging 16 points in the last 10 games and 16 points for the whole month of January. And he was shooting 51%. Now he's shooting 49%. His rebounds stayed the same. His assists went down. And his blocks went up this month. And his steals went up this month. But his offensive numbers has been going down since Zach Randolph has returned to the lineup. And they had got Jeff Green. His numbers have been declining, but his team has steady kept winning. And my sleeper MVPs are John Wall and Chris Paul. Nobody's talking about Chris Paul this year as an MVP candidate, but they're a top 4 team in the West right now. And it's because Chris Paul has been efficient and he's been passing the ball, almost 10 assists with less than 2.1 turnovers a game. He's shooting almost 50% from 3. 50% from the field and 50% from 40% from the 3. And he's knocking down the charity stripes. And he just been dominating games. 20-10, 20-12, 20-15. He's just been dominating. John Wall got to work on his offense a little bit, cut down his turnovers, and he'll be, obviously, he's an MVP candidate this year, but he's more flawed than Chris Paul. He's more flawed than Kyle Lowry. He's more flawed than any other any other MVP candidate. But his team's still winning, and he still can improve and improve his numbers by the end of the season. So don't sleep on John Wall like everybody else doing. John Wall is a top 10 MVP candidate, top 7 MVP candidate. And remember, you have to start putting Chris Paul inside that list. Look at his numbers, look at his team record, and look how they've been playing. Chris Paul has been dominating. Don't sleep on him. He's still a top 5 player in the league. Watch out. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Check out my older video. You like this video, you like my older video, subscribe. Feel free to leave video suggestions. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the rest of y'all day. Peace. And if somebody can tell me where you can find NBA footage, so I can put it in the videos. I don't know where to find it. Let me know let me know in the comment sections.